So right now, wild scenes here at Madison Square Garden, just outside the Garden. What an incredible comeback that was, as the New York Knicks, the biggest NBA Finals comeback in history, coming from 29 points down to defeat the San Antonio Spurs by a score of 107 to 106. I was in the building tonight here in New York City. Absolutely electric stuff. Everybody going wild. Absolutely crazy. As the Knicks were horrible for a lot of this game. I want to thank you all for joining. Brad, Judy, Lynette, Lisa. Thank you very much. It's a very late hour now here on the East Coast, but I want to thank you for joining. I won't be doing this for too long now because there's a lot of police are here and they want to keep everyone safe, and they may be asking us to move along. As you can see, the Empire State Building behind me. But this was a phenomenal comeback for the New York Knicks, who were down by 29 points in the first half of the game, and they only allowed 30 points the second half against San Antonio. The Knicks defense was outstanding in the second half, keeping the San Antonio Spurs to a total of 30 points. They had 16 points, I think, in the third quarter and 14 points in the fourth. And the New York Knicks managed to pull this one out miraculously. Unbelievable stuff. Brad, thank you very much. Go Knicks. As you can see here at Madison Square Garden, just outside. Absolutely unbelievable. The Knicks now take a 3-1 lead in the best of 7 series against San Antonio. On Saturday night, they will head to San Antonio for game number 5. And I believe now that the New York Knicks are going to finish this off on Saturday night at San Antonio, where they've already won 2 games. So a remarkable comeback for the ages. The Knicks took the lead with less than a minute to go in the game for the very first time in the game, about a minute to go in the game or thereabouts, as the New York Knicks scored. Jalen Brunson put them in front with about a minute or so to go, maybe a minute and a half. And San Antonio still could not get the job done, as the Knicks held on, even though the Spurs went ahead by 1. And then it was a shot. I forget who shot the ball for the Knicks. But the bottom line is that OG Anunoby was the big hero of this game. He had a putback basket with 1.2 seconds to go to give the New York Knicks another lead, a lead that they would hold on to for good. 107 to 106 was the final score. But then the Knicks had to defend, and they had to hold on for dear life. And there was a great defensive play at the end. I don't know by who, I forget, because it was pandemonium inside that Garden tonight. But the bottom line is that the Knicks defense held on, held up strong, and the Knicks managed to make it. OG Anunoby, a fantastic effort from him tonight. Everybody at Madison Square Garden inside that building was shouting his name at the end of this game. It was a spectacular effort from him. OG Anunoby, 33 points tonight. He had a key block down the stretch that kept the Knicks in front. And even though San Antonio scored 2 from the line, it was Stephon Castle's 2 free throws that put the Spurs up 106 to 105 with barely a few seconds to go, maybe about 5.4 seconds to go. De'Aaron Fox fouled Jose Alvarado. The foul was a first foul in the last 2 minutes, so it was not free throws. The Knicks were able to inbound the ball at the halfway line. That was a big key in this game as well. And I think Jalen Brunson shot the ball, hit the rim, and OG Anunoby came out of nowhere to put back that rebound into the net. And listen, I'm a New York Knicks fan for over 50-odd years. I'm old enough to remember the last time the Knicks won in 1973. And I went to the NBA Finals in 1994, folks. And there was a very similar play in the previous round to the NBA Finals in 94. Patrick Ewing, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final against the Indiana Pacers. John Starks hits the ball on the rim. Patrick came out of the air, and he dunked the ball in. So, bottom line is that this really did repeat. History repeated itself here at Madison Square Garden tonight, only this time in the NBA Finals, as the New York Knicks come from 29 points down. It is the largest comeback in NBA Finals history, folks. I want to thank you very much indeed. The police are letting us disperse now. And so we have to leave the Garden at this point. I don't know how much battery life I've got left on this phone, but This was an incredible and unforgettable night here at the Garden. Nobody who was here will ever forget this night. The crowd was as dead as a doornail with the first three quarters of this game. There was no crowd energy at all. The Spurs had took the crowd out of this game very early. For three quarters, we were quiet, and then the Knicks began to make that run, and they brought the game down to 15 points. And once the game was at 15 points, the Knicks certainly were in reach of winning this contest, and they did just that. I want to say, folks, thank you very much for watching. It's great to have you all here. Late night here, but the bottom line is that this game is going to go down as one of the greatest NBA. It's going to go down as the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. It literally is the greatest NBA Finals comeback in history of this sport, of the NBA. So look, the bottom line is that if you watched it at home, it might have been absolutely unreal to you on TV. Just times that by 100 being inside that arena tonight, because we saw some really unforgettable stuff here tonight. It really was a comeback for the ages, and nobody who was here is going to ever forget this game and ever forget the way the Knicks came from behind, dead as a doornail, down by 29 points, and they got off the deck. Great defense. You had excellent stuff from OG Anunoby, a brilliant two-way player for us. Proud of him. You go to the Garden store, and his shirt is sold out instantly. I could not get an OG shirt. Nobody could. It was all gone. Every one of his shirts, gone. Every OG thing, gone. Nobody can get an OG shirt around here. Unbelievable. I'm doing this live, brother. Yeah. What a comeback. Go! Yeah, baby. All right. See, we got a lot of Knicks fans still around, and we're going to be partying for the rest of the morning. It's now after midnight here on the East Coast, here in New York City, walking away from the Garden right now. It's unbelievable stuff, folks. You may not like basketball, you may not like the NBA, you may not be a sports fan, but you've got to like what the New York Knicks are doing. And listen, a lot of people in this country are rooting for the Knicks because these guys are easy to like, easy to root for. They're team players. They got good personalities. You know, Jalen Brunson, all these guys are decent people. They get along. No kind of nonsense. This team is this team is just unbelievable. And you know what's funny? Somebody came up to me before the game and said to me, "You're going to have a bad night tonight." And I just ignored him because I knew that guy was just a hater. So you ignore the haters, and then you see what happens. So this team tonight, I couldn't be prouder of them. These guys just got off the deck and did the job. Debbie, hello. Litsa, hello. Angie, hello to you. Hi, Omar. Angie says, congrats to the glorious win tonight by the Knicks from the DMV. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Gabrielle, hello. Brad Clark, dude, you should do more lives from games. Awesome summary off the top of your head. Excellent. Thank you, Brad. Leanna, hello. Lynette, stay safe getting home. Thank you for your commentary. Thank you. How exciting. Marnie, absolutely it was. I've got a lot of footage. If you are a paid subscriber to my Substack, you are going to have a whale of a time because I got some really good footage from inside the building tonight. And if you're a paid subscriber, you are definitely in luck. So if you are a paid subscriber on Friday, you're going to get a lot of video footage from this game from yours truly, okay? So I want you to understand that it pays to be a paid subscriber because you are going to get a lot of good angles, a lot of good video footage from yours truly throughout the game. So please become a paid subscriber. You're going to be in for a treat on Friday when I put all this out for paid subscribers only. We're at 32nd Street, West 32nd and maybe 7th Avenue or Greeley Square, actually, not far from Macy's. The Empire State Building, maybe you can see it. I'll see if I can turn around and show it to you there. That is the Empire State Building. You see that over my shoulder, decked out in orange and blue, of course. What a special night for the New York Knicks. You should have seen the end of this game. Oh, my goodness, in that building. We are now so close, folks, to winning our first NBA championship in 53 years. This was one of the most improbable comebacks, but it was, again, let me emphasize this, the greatest NBA Finals comeback in history. That is a fact. Down 29 points in a critical game number 4. to give the Knicks a 3 games to 1 series lead. Game number 5 will be in San Antonio, Texas on Saturday night. And that's the one. If the Knicks get that game, they will be the NBA champions for the 2025-26 season. This would be the greatest comeback ever. Yeah, there we go. There you go. They see. It's a great atmosphere out here, folks. Everybody is being cool. It's just great stuff right now. So, this is a beautiful victory. And whether you watch it on TV or not, oh man, Debbie writes, Omar just joined you. Just joined. Where are you? The stadium. Yeah, I'm outside the arena right now. I'm about a block away from it. Just came out of the arena about 5 minutes ago. Debbie writes, I am so rooting for the team. Thank you, Debbie, for your support. A lot of people are rooting for the Knicks, and I'm glad you're one of them, Debbie. The sweat is still cascading off of me. Being inside that building for 4 hours or whatever it was. I've just never seen anything like this. I've been to a lot of NBA Knicks playoff games over many years, NBA Finals games as well. And there's never been one like this in the history of the game. And I'm just so happy that I got to be there. And this is where people talk about, well, you should sell your tickets. I'm saying, hell no, I'm not selling tickets. I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan, as I said, for many decades now. I've suffered with this team. Millions of New York Knicks fans have suffered with the New York Knicks for many, many decades. And when you have a chance to see an NBA Finals game like this, you have to go. You have to go. And as expensive as the tickets are, hey, you just got to do what you got to do. So I'm happy for the support. Happy to know that you're rooting for the Knicks. Debbie, thank you very much. Casey has joined us. Debbie says, I'm so stretched with all these subscriptions. It's insane. I understand that, Debbie. If you can't afford it, I understand. As you see the Empire State Building right there. Debbie, I understand. Please become a free subscriber, though. If you can do that, I think you are. Maybe you are a free subscriber. But it's just an incredible time. And Debbie, thank you for your support. Old Diva, hello to you, Old Diva. I hope you watched that game tonight, Old Diva. Oh my goodness me. That was an unbelievable game. I'm surprised I still got my voice. I want to thank you all for joining. Oh man, what a time to be in New York City. Oh baby, unbelievable stuff tonight. I will be talking about this game a bit more on the Politicrat for Friday's edition. Thursday's edition, because it's now Thursday here on the East Coast. Man, oh man, I will never forget this game. The New York Knicks are going to win this series. They're going to win the NBA title. It's a question of just when. The Knicks have to win 4 games, best of 7. They've won 3. They're leading 3 games to 1. Game 5 is the best of 7. Game 5 is going to be on Saturday in San Antonio. And I'm sorry, San Antonio are not winning 3 straight games. San Antonio are not winning 3 straight games. The New York Knicks are going to find a way on Saturday to end 53 years of suffering, 53 years of hurt. And let me tell you, if I was inclined to get on the plane to San Antonio, I would do it. But there's no place I would rather be to watch my beloved New York Knicks than right here in New York City on Saturday night. There's so many watch parties here. And I should tell you something about the watch parties as I sweat like a pig here some more. The owner of Madison Square Garden, James Dolan, who invited Donald Trump to game number 3 the other day, the owner of the Garden, James Dolan, said that he shut down the watch party tonight that was supposed to be outside Madison Square Garden. So for these 2 home games, there was no official watch party outside Madison Square Garden, as there had been throughout the playoffs. There was a watch party right next door to the Garden in what they call Plaza 33. But Mayor Mamdani had issued a permit for 999 fans, and Jim Dolan said, no, we don't want that. So Jim Dolan said, watch party canceled. So, Jim Dolan, I don't know what he's doing. Listen, he's done a pretty good job the last couple of years, but Jim Dolan, the last couple of games, has just not been the smartest cookie in the bunch, if you will. And the other thing I'd say is that the referees in these NBA finals are awful. I don't know if you've watched the NBA finals this season, but the officiating has been so bad. The officials have been awful. Tonight they were horrible again. I mean, the Knicks. Listen, I'm not. Listen, you might say that I'm being biased, but the NBA officials have been really bad in this NBA finals. I really hope these referees change because you can't get much worse than the officiating tonight. Goaltend's not called, foul's not called, and then when a ticky-tack foul happens against the Spurs by a Knicks player, they call it. It's just really terrible what the NBA officiating's done. And I don't want to complain too much, but the NBA officials tonight have been horrible, and they've been terrible throughout the series. So, Debbie, I agree with you. Debbie writes it seems fixed because they want a certain outcome. Debbie, I'm inclined to agree. I really am. I really don't understand what's going on here. But these officials have been really bad. Well, my battery is almost running out here, so I'm going to have to go. I want to thank you very much indeed for watching live here, about a couple of blocks away from Madison Square Garden, after the New York Knicks came from 29 points down to defeat the San Antonio Spurs by a final score of 107 to 106. It is the greatest NBA Finals comeback in history. Let me say that again. It's the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. Down 29 points. Remarkable. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please become a paid subscriber. I've got a lot of great footage that I'll be showing you on Friday if you're a paid subscriber. If you cannot afford, please become a free subscriber. I want to thank you live from outside of, we're on 6th Avenue, I think it is, 33rd, 31st and 6th. And it's almost 1 a.m. here. So please, folks, take care of yourselves and have a very good rest of your morning. Thank you for watching. This has been live on Thursday morning with Omar Moore from the NBA Finals here in New York City.